When Konami dropped the new Santos Pele, the entire eFootball community had the exact same reaction. Confusion. Because on one hand, we already had the old Epic World Cup Pele, a card that many players considered almost perfect. A striker that could literally do everything. Finishing, elite, movement, insane, dribbling, smooth, acceleration. Basically a cheat code. So when the new version dropped, everyone started asking the same question. Wait, why another Pele? But after actually using both versions in matches, testing them in division games, one thing became very clear. This is not just a copy-paste upgrade. This is a completely different type of Pele. And surprisingly, the new one might actually be slightly better. Let me explain. When you first look at the old Pele, you immediately understand what Konami were trying to create. This card was built to be a pure attacking monster. Everything about him screams goal machine. His offensive awareness is crazy high, which means he makes those intelligent striker runs. You don't even need to think. He's already moving before you press the through ball. Then comes the acceleration. 100 acceleration? Let that sink in. This is the kind of stat that makes defenders feel slow, heavy, and helpless. The moment Pele turns and starts running, it genuinely feels like he teleports past centi-backs. And when he gets into the box, 97 finishing, phenomenal finishing skill. First-time shots, weak foot shots, tight angle finishes. This guy converts chances that honestly shouldn't even be goals. But what really made the old Pele special was the fact that he wasn't just a poacher. He could dribble. 91 ball control, 93 dribbling, 91 tight possession. That means he could receive the ball in tight spaces, turn instantly, and glide past defenders like a classic Brazilian forward. In gameplay, he felt like a hybrid between a striker and a skillful playmaker. Basically, the old Pele is built to destroy defenses. He is aggressive, direct, explosive. He plays like a goal hunter who is constantly searching for the net. Now let's talk about the new Santos Pele, because this is where things get interesting. When you first look at his stats, you might think, wait, some numbers are actually lower. For example, his finishing isn't as crazy high as the old one. His offensive awareness is slightly lower. Even acceleration drops compared to the old version. So at first glance, you might assume he's worse, but that's exactly where people misunderstand this card. Because the new Pele is not designed to be a pure striker. He is designed to be something much more dangerous. A creative attacker, a creative playmaker forward. And once you understand that, you realize why this version feels so special. The biggest difference is in his ball mastery. Look at those dribbling stats. 97 ball control, 98 dribbling, 98 tight possession. That is absolutely insane. This version of Pele feels much smoother on the ball. When you receive passes, he doesn't just control the ball. He absorbs it instantly and turns without losing momentum. It feels like the ball is glued to his feet. You know those moments in eFootball where defenders try to press you, but your player just slips through tiny gaps? That's exactly how this Pele feels. And then there's the momentum dribbling skill. This skill alone changes everything, because once Pele starts dribbling forward, defenders don't just struggle to tackle him, they literally bounce off him. It feels like you're controlling a player with hidden physics advantages. He moves with confidence, balance, and fluidity that very few players in the game can match. But the biggest upgrade, and the reason many players say the new Pele is better, is his playmaking ability. This is where the two versions become completely different players. The old Pele wants to score. The new Pele wants to control the attack. His passing stats are noticeably improved. His low pass feels sharper. His vision feels smarter. And thanks to the phenomenal pass skill, he can deliver through balls that cut defenses open like a knife. In gameplay, you'll notice something immediately. He drops deeper. He links play. He participates in build-up. He becomes the heartbeat of your attack. Instead of just waiting for chances, he creates them. And this changes how your entire team plays. Imagine this situation. You're building from midfield. You pass into Pele near the edge of the box. With the old version, he'd probably turn and shoot immediately. With the new version, he might hold the ball, draw defenders, then slip a perfect through pass to your winger making a run. Or he dribbles forward, pulls two center backs toward him, and suddenly your striker is free in space. This is why many players say the new Pele feels more complete, because he doesn't just finish attacks, he orchestrates them. Another subtle but important difference is balance and control. Both versions have high balance, but the new Pele feels more stable during physical challenges. Even when defenders try to push him off the ball, he often stays upright, keeps possession, and continues moving forward. This makes him incredibly reliable in tight matches, where space is limited. And if you play possession football, this version fits perfectly. He thrives in slower, controlled build-up play. Now let's talk about something many players don't expect: positioning and playstyle impact. The old Pele is a deep-lying forward who behaves like a striker. The new Pele, with his creative playmaker influence, behaves more like an attacking midfielder in a striker's body. That means his movement is smarter in link-up situations. He doesn't just run into defensive lines, he finds pockets of space. He becomes available for passes. He supports teammates. This makes him incredibly versatile. You can use him as a false nine, a second striker, even an attacking midfielder in some formations. And in all these roles, he performs beautifully. So after testing both versions extensively, which one is actually better? The honest answer is this. It depends on how you play. If you want a pure goal machine, a striker who makes aggressive runs, attacks space, and finishes everything, the old Pelé still feels slightly more lethal. He is more direct, more explosive, more striker-focused. But if you want a complete attacker, someone who can dribble, create, assist, control tempo, and still score, then the new Santos Pelé is slightly better overall.